the salmon run is coming. You need to have not only lots of fishing poles out there, you need to have some casting nets because we're getting ready to bring in a whole bunch of them. The market is starting to come back. And I want to make sure you don't miss this. I don't want you to hear that everybody else was catching fish and then you come running down by the bank and you already missed it. There are an awful lot of agents that went through emotional and even mental trauma over the past 1 to 2 years on how difficult it was. I'm sure you guys saw the stats. 74% of agents didn't even close one deal. So then they start to think, am I a failure? Am I not performing well? I went on that presentation. I should have got that deal. Is it a problem with me? Maybe this business is, I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I need to go get a job. They start to go through all of this mental barrier stuff that's standing in their way, and it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of people that did not fare very well. But what a difference we're seeing in the last couple of weeks here on just consumer confidence, but also agent confidence. You get yourself a couple of wins, all of a sudden you're back in the game. You're feeling good again. And we're seeing an awful lot of agents that are getting wins they haven't had in 2 years. So I'm excited to see where the market's going. I feel there's a new breath of fresh air. There's new blood moving into the market. And the good news is there's a lot of people that have wanted to move for 2 years, put it off, sandbagging, holding back, and now that pent-up demand is starting to come out. I mean, think about this. In 2023, how many buyers and sellers did you meet with, show them homes, they're ready to do business, and then they decide to wait? You had a bunch of them. Those people are starting to come back now. Those people are starting to make a move. I hope you are in contact with them. People over the last 2 years that you met with, talked to, showed homes to, did a CMA for, and they just didn't do anything. They put everything on pause. That's starting to happen now. They're taking off. So you should be getting lots of postcards, lots of newsletters, lots of email campaigns, lots of Facebook ads. You should be getting a lot of lines in the water because I'm telling you, you're looking at this river here and you're not seeing any fish. It's crystal clear water. You're occasionally seeing a bunch of big fish coming through. The salmon run is coming. You need to have not only lots of fishing poles out there, you need to have some casting nets because we're getting ready to bring in a whole bunch of them. The market is starting to come back. And I want to make sure you don't miss this. I don't want you to hear that everybody else was catching fish and then you come running down by the bank and you already missed it. This is definitely the toughest time we've been through over the past 2 years, but I think that means it's going to be the biggest opportunity, literally, of the white hot market and everything else that we've had. I think this will be a bigger opportunity because so many people were holding back for so long. I mean, think about this. If nobody buys a car for 2 years, guess what happens when the car market changes and people start to buy? If nobody bought shoes for 2 years, guess what happens? Are you guys feeling a different vibe in your local market now? Are you starting to feel that things are coming back? Consumer confidence is there, starting to get a few more showings. People are calling on your marketing. If you're actually putting out marketing, we already know what's happening if you're not doing anything. But if you're doing that, are you feeling a difference in your marketplace? I talk to an awful lot of agents every single day, and this is each day we're seeing more so. I hate to blame it on that, but I think regardless of what side of the fence you're on, after the election is where we started to see this, mostly just because now we're assured as to what's going to happen. We don't have the hate, the spew, the criminal, the whatever, all the stuff going on. Now just people are more assured that, okay, we can relax a little bit. Now we can get back to normal life. And I think that's made a bit of a difference. Our hope is, of course, that interest rates go down some, but I'm telling you, in 2025, contrary to what NAR says, the last thing you want to do is listen to the most unethical people that have ever existed in history. But they believe 2025 is going to be tough. I'm going to go exactly the opposite. I'm going to go exactly the opposite and say it's going to take off. And the last thing they'd want to do is get interest rates too damn low. If we get interest rates at anything starting with a 5, we won't be able to keep up. Homes will be selling over asking price. So hopefully we end up somewhere in between there. Okay, so my hope is that you have kept your head up. You've kept your head above water, even if just treading water. Now it's time for you to start raking it in again. You have survived. The worst is behind us. It's like when you're going through a bad storm and you're in the really, really bad part, and then you start to see the rain is lightening up a lot now, and we're heading the right direction. You can see the sunshine. Keep freaking driving. Speed up. Let's enjoy the fact that we made it through that. So hopefully you guys are doing exactly the same yourself. Nicole, what are you seeing out there?
It's kind of scattered. So there's some of you that are saying, yes, I'm starting to feel it. I got two, recently just happened. I got three. Oh, I feel the turn. And then some were like, I'm still waiting, but I could feel it coming. The questions are coming in. So that's some of what we're being told here as well, that they're starting to get the interest again, and the confidence has come back, and they're getting a lot of questions, which questions is a good thing. If they're asking questions, that means they're thinking with some sort of timing and motivation in mind. So as long as you are prepared to answer those questions, be their guiding light through the process and their trusted source, that's going to then carry over to those wins. But it is scattered, but it's rebounding. And as Greg said, if we get that interest rate shift just a little, people are going to be so excited that they're going to pull triggers, because like they've been waiting for that.
Happen. And if you've got lines in the water, you're feeling that happen. If you don't have much out there, if you haven't sent any postcards, if you're like, I'm getting more cash offers than we've had in months, people are ready to make that move. So, I think you'll find that you're doing the right things if you are getting it out there. I'm not a competitive person. I've never said that. I can't even finish that statement. I'm a
Liar.
very competitive person. I can't even say it out loud. But I believe that you can do well without other people doing bad. Because frankly, it doesn't matter, if somebody is a hairdresser or a landscaper and they also have their real estate license, whether they close 20 deals or 0 deals, it doesn't affect your business. It's not enough to make a difference. So I'm very competitive, but I'm not competitive that I want to win and I want everybody else to lose. I just want to win. Right? So if I can win, and it doesn't matter what happens with them, they can do well, they can do horrible, they can get out of the business. So I don't wish badly on anyone. I think every agent, if they've made the commitment to be in the real estate industry, they deserve to earn a fair living. But let's face it, an awful lot of them are not going to. So as these changes happen, those that are lower down the scale currently, or that aren't on these calls, or that aren't getting the training they need, or they went to a discount broker or a flat fee company that doesn't provide anything for you, or whatever it is, those agents are not going to make it, because the change to commission, they're lost. They don't know how to negotiate. The change to the words you can say and use, they're lost. They don't know how to negotiate. They have no idea how to make the adjustments that are needed. So when you look at Craigslist, going way back to 25 years ago, the way we used to market, when you were advertising on Craigslist, when they made little bitty changes, a whole lot of people stopped advertising on there. You look at Facebook, when they made little bitty changes, a whole lot of people stopped advertising because it didn't work the way that it used to. So now they stopped doing it. Well, let me tell you, if you've been licensed for 30 years, if you've been licensed since the late 1900s, and you're trying to do it the way they did it back then, you're not going to do well today. So the advantage for us is every time a little change happens, we created that training that you have on the member site called Facebook Riches. And if we were to re-record all of that today based on today's trainings, as we're loading the videos, they're going to change something else that makes it where that has changed. You don't click in the same spot. You got to add this now. You need a privacy policy in there. All these things, they change. And we would update it again, and they'll change something else. Update it again, change something else. That's getting rid of the part-timers. That's getting rid of the let me try this out people. So as these changes happen, they're generally better for the market, but only the agents that are serious about their business are going to win. That means we're top grading real estate agents. We're getting rid of those that don't want to adjust to today's market.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.